extent where then you can experience more of it as it is. But then also that sense of enlightenment that you can be in the deepest depression and then something just clicks in your heart. And then there's that enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, they're two very, very, very different things.
True.
But I don't know if that's just a mislabeling of enlightenment.
I think that there's varying stages of enlightenment, you know? I don't think it's just like one place. I think it's level after level after level. And it can start to get to the point where, you know, illusion is just pretty hard to fall under anymore.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say that they're woke, you know, they just woke up, you know. I think that's a level.
Yeah, definitely.
Interestingly enough, you find often that it is triggered from, you know, states of depression or feeling isolated or, you know, different melancholy feelings like that.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're desperate for a change. The universe is like, here you go, you're God.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
And that might even be like because, you know, maybe because you don't fit in, right? And to fit in is to be a part of this whole mimetic illusion. So to be someone that's raised with the feeling of not fitting in, that already kind of puts you at an advantage because you're not under the spell.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very, very big thing for me. Because it was like you can try and fit in, but then due to how it happened throughout the past, you know that's not worth your time. There's less holding you back, basically. I think you said that, but there's less holding you back.
That nothing to lose kind of mentality.
Yeah. The whole idea of peer pressure goes out the window if there's no peers.
Yes. Yeah, because peer pressure is a lot of how this whole system is run. Even when you look at politics and just community and culture and all that shit, it's all peer pressure. You know, if you don't go along with the flow, you're ostracized, you're punished. So hell yeah, that's right there.
Yeah, you see that a lot in science as well. They when they make new discoveries, they can't actually bring it out because everyone says it's not what it should be. Which is the one place where you should be able to bring in new things.
So that kind of puts a new spin on how we say like there's technology and different information and stuff that the government is keeping from us. Maybe it's because, you know, people up the chain know that humanity would freak out.
Yeah.
What's up, KP?
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's good, Trey? What's good, George?
What's up?
Got here before the commotion.
I needed to. Yo, Trev.
Yeah.
I had a quick question. So when it comes to like using like your magic like on the spot, because I remember one time we had a live meeting, and then Kenan was like, you need to appreciate practices because when you're outside in public and you need to use your magic, you won't have any like outside materials to help you. But I'm wondering, it's like you have to take time. You have to take time and separate your conscious mind from your subconscious mind. And I know that doesn't happen as quickly, or it maybe does. I'm just not too sure. But how can you like do magic on the spot? Like, can you even do magic to like help you with like self-defense and shit like that?
You can, but my whole thing is that it's better to have the whole system in place to work overall in the long term as a big blanket versus trying to like use it just for here and there, like on the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like use that as like for your long-term projects or something like that.
Right. Here's two scenarios. On one hand, you could be the person who, you know what I'm saying, you need $600 tomorrow. Like, you need it. You know what I'm saying? You could scramble for magic and go through the books and ask everybody and try to figure out how to do it. And yeah, there's a way you, or you could just kind of attune yourself to a certain kind of lifestyle where, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to make this happen on the long term for you. Because when you put that pressure on yourself, that doesn't always work in your favor. Sometimes it does, but most of the times we see that it doesn't. Like, I'm not out here looking for fights, but at the same time, I don't get into fights. Like, I don't. How can I put it? Sure, I've got, you know, magic that I feel can protect me, can defend me, and can even enhance if I were to do anything on the offensive. But at the same time, I set my life up to where I won't even need to do that.
Yes. There's that quote, you'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Ooh. I'm going to write that one down.
Wait, repeat that, warrior in a garden rather than a warrior in a war?
Rather than warrior in a garden rather than a gardener in a war.
Yeah, that's solid right there. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's true.
So that's why I really emphasize on mindset. You know what I'm saying? You want to really cultivate a mindset to where any problem that you have or can foresee happening, you want to kind of just gradually set up your mindset where that problem is no longer. I was doing meditation today concerning demons and spirits and using them and stuff. And I study a lot of Indian philosophy from the Middle East or whatever, India. And really, in Buddhism and stuff, they don't believe in spirits. They only believe in matter and mental states, right?
Yes.
But ultimately, there's an everything. So there's no room for spirits and ghosts and all that shit. That's part of the illusion. That's part of Maya. So what we're dealing with is you and your response to reality, right? So when we get to working with Goetia and spirits and all that shit, what I'm really starting to find out is that whenever I use a spirit to affect somebody, what am I actually doing? All right, let's break it down. So we know that a spirit is a symbol, right? We got that sigil, we got the end, the music, the magic word, the candle. We got all these different things that put us in the zone where we feel like we're working with the spirit, right? We do all these things outside to trigger an internal mind state. So it's almost as if when we trigger that internal mind state, it's really us all along, but it's like we're using those objects as a mirror to trigger a response within us. So it's almost as if, say, I want this person to do something. When I'm contacting the spirit, what I'm really doing is I'm manipulating my reaction to that person. I'm manipulating how my consciousness and my subconscious mind interprets the symbol of that person. And once I convince my subconscious mind that whatever is done, it's almost as if it manifests itself because you've tricked yourself into making it a reality, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's when like shit like the peach soda is connected.
I think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, on one hand, there's no damn way that all the peach shit keeps popping up. I'm clearly not doing that on purpose, but it's happening, right? Yeah. It's happening outside of my control, but also I do have a meaning for it. So it's almost as if on one hand, I'm kind of looking for it because I have a meaning for it, but on the other hand, it keeps popping up. So I don't know. It's like a two-sided equation.
Yes.
The known and the unknown. The known, what you do, and the unknown is reality reacting to your belief, reacting to your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So kind of like you ask somebody
earlier today. Oh, sorry, go on. Hello. Yeah.
Trap?
Yeah. Today I was so the Goetia. I saw somewhere it was like occultism is just the West yoga.
Mm-hmm.
So it came the Goetia, they're your mental faculties. The Goetia are just cities,
Yes.
but with a demon assigned to them,
Yes. Yes.
which makes it a lot scarier.
Shit. I mean, that's one way to look at it. That makes it more amazing to me. That's even crazier. In a way, it makes it more believable to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because I did a ritual last week, and a lot of the time I was drifting out of my crown, and it would get like seemingly negative, but then I'd be like, what is this trying to show me? And it would just take me straight up to that part of your head where it's kind of above your head. I was like, this is just, it's just your third eye working. It's not, yeah, it is what it is, obviously, you know.
So all of reality is a reflection of your inner state. In meditation today, when I did my lesser banishing of the ritual, usually what I do is I expand outward, right? I start at my body and I visualize my spirit expanding and encompassing everything. And the way I do it is I envision kind of like layers of an onion, right? As I expand out, then I hit the moon layer, right? It's a whole layer that goes around. Then I expand out and I hit the Mercury and the Venus layer. And I go up just like the tree of life, just like layers. And then I finally get to that Chakma layer, which is the stars, which is the galaxy. And then above it, I see the white light of the demiurge. And usually when I get to that point, I reach up and I pull the light down and I do the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram. Well, this time I decided, why don't I do it differently? Why don't I go inside instead of outside? So I reversed my visualization. I started to envision going inside those same layers, right? Because when you think about it, the astral plane is not outside, it's inside. The etheric is inside. The mental plane is inside. The spirit plane is inside. So I started doing all that. And then when I got to the demiurge, the white light, the astral light, it said turn around because I was facing it. It said turn around. I turned around and looked, and I just saw like mirror reflections of me going infinitely. And I realized, holy shit, the demiurge is almost looking through me, and anything that I see is what it is. Literally, reality is what I make it. And that's when I realized all this magic and all this demons and all this shit, I'm not doing anything to anybody. I'm doing all this to myself. It's my response to the world that makes the world change.
Yeah.
Your response to the world is what makes the world change. By response, what do you mean? Like what you put out?
How I see the world becomes. So if I'm out here looking for, man, they out here after us, they trying to get us, that's reality.
Yeah, you'll find it.
If I believe, man, everything is in balance, everything is wholeness, there's one consciousness that connects everything, and I'm right in the middle of it. That's what it is.
Yes.
There's only one truth. We make shit hard for ourselves. Go ahead.
Oh, my fault. I didn't mean to. So if you say like, oh, I'm like, let's say I was in the field of like a lawyer. I'm like, oh, I'm the best lawyer. I win almost 10 to 2 of every cases. That's what it is. Like, you're a winner and you will be a winner. That's what you're trying to say?
Now I'm saying that, but also take what I'm saying on a deeper level. It's not ego shit, right? It's not like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best at this. I'm the best at that. Just coming off the top with it. But like, not like that. I'm saying like within. Take away like, it's not me, John Travis, like, yeah, I'm the best because I'm John Travis. No. I'm the best because I understand that John Travis is a meat machine. It's just an animal body. But there's something inside of this John Travis that is unity, that is God.
Yeah. And with that, if you think that, if let's say lawyer, you can then think of the best lawyer and then be like, what's in them is in me.
Yes.
the best lawyer. It's that something in them is the best lawyer, and that's something is also in me.
Oh, so kind of like there's something within. So basically, the thing inside John Travis can be anything. So why can't I be what I want to be? Like that type of thing.
Yes.
That's a way to look at it. That's a way to look at it. But check this out. Check this out. So here I am as a person. What I'm talking about here is what you identify yourself as. I don't look in the mirror the same anymore, dude. I don't look in the mirror the same anymore. When I look in the mirror, I see another object. But when I'm just dealing in my day-to-day life, I am this spirit that reaches beyond this body. So when I identify myself, I don't identify myself with this flesh or with the clothes or with my internet following or none of that. I am an infinite spirit. You feel me?
Yes.
Infinite spirit.
When I see someone else doing something great, I don't care about the person. There's an energy behind that greatness. That's me too.
Oh, so like kind of the thing we were talking about, like with the mask. Like it's not the mask; it's what's behind the mask.
Yes, and you learn that you are a mask. This body that you are is a mask. The spirit that animates that body, that's God, and it's not different from anything else because that same spirit is in everything. It's just a different flavor, a different vibration. There's a spirit in this keyboard over here, spirit in the dog across the street. There's a spirit in the birds and the sky and the rocks. Everybody in this call, in the 5G and the coronavirus. There's a singular spirit in all these things. One spirit. You identify as that thing, all of reality becomes a reflection of whatever you believe. That is the whole concept of the demiurge. That's the concept of Jehovah, of Yahweh. That's the formula.
Yeah.
So basically, like turning your spirit into whatever form you want.
You're not turning it into anything. It is, and this is, you weren't here for this part, but that's what we were talking about with enlightenment. Enlightenment is seeing reality without the illusion. The illusion is thinking that it is something else. The illusion is thinking there's that lawyer. Oh, there's John Travis. Oh, there's a dog. That's illusion. That person's black. That person's white. This person's ugly. That's illusion. Ultimate reality is there's matter, there's mental states, but there's spirit that is behind all that shit.
It's like the thing that keeps your heart beating is what makes the sunshine and the plants grow.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes.
The same drive.
It's not something out there. You don't go outside to find God. God is in you, like literally. When you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you see that person, that's not you. That's just the vehicle you're riding
in. And when you're in that vehicle, you can go wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah. There is a way to perceive reality beyond that vehicle. I think that's a better way to put it. It's inside of you, but since it's in everything, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And you achieve that through meditation or astral projection or whatever you want to call it. Because most of us were
Sorry, go on.
Most of us were used to perceiving reality through the 5 senses. Most of us, that's all that we understand, right? And that's okay. And just focus and develop focus, you start to realize that there's other ways to perceive reality. Think about it. When you're looking, right, you see stuff, but you close your eyes, you can still see stuff in your imagination. You can still hear stuff in your imagination. Therefore, it's not dependent on the 5 senses. That means that there's other ways to perceive reality. And just like anything else, just like you had to practice walking, you had to practice talking, you can develop these senses. and you can use them independently of the body. And if you do this over time, just imagine there is no limit. And ultimately, there's only one place that that road leads, and you begin to see that you are everything. Everything is you.
Mm.
Happiness is, and you find that happiness isn't just feeling good, or if you know what I'm saying. It's not feeling good of the body or full, had a bunch of food, somebody made you laugh. No, joy is understanding that there is no fear, there's no death, there's no pain. You were never this thing in the first place. This is temporary, but it's eternal. Holy shit, am I making sense?
Yeah.
Kinda. I think I need to, like, I get what you're saying, but it's like, I don't know, I'm trying to get it more clear, like on a physical level, you know what I mean?
Just ask a question to clarify it, my man. I really want to convey this as best as possible.
I bet. So basically you're saying it's like through these inner senses, it's like it just shows that your limitations are what you put on yourself, because anything's really possible is basically what you said.
That's correct. Your limitations, you convinced yourself of. You believe in them. Any limitation you have, it is a belief that you've adopted. Somebody said to me last night,
So kind of.
I can't do it because I'm not ready. I don't know enough. How do you know that? Who told you that? Who told you that? And why do you believe it?
Or if I say like, if I keep saying I'm stupid, I'm gonna be stupid or some shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you believe that's you're gonna be stupid, but if you just know that you're just saying it but you don't mean it, you're good. Something like that.
I mean, so with this type of thing, you do have to take a little bit of a dose of common sense, right? You're not going to be like, oh, I can fly, I can jump over buildings and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? There's a give and a take. Somewhere in the middle, there's ultimate reality. You are what you say you are. That's why we have affirmations. It's not just to feel good. It's to help convince you at the heart of hearts, the subconscious mind, that you have what it is that you say you have. People who are broken on the inside manifest brokenness on the outside. People who are abundant on the inside manifest abundance on the outside. Tried and true. Look at people in your life who are broke and broken. Usually their personality and their mindset and their outlook on life matches up to that.
Yes.
That's why they say the universe responds to your energy and not what you do or something like that. Like the universe responds to your energy or something like that, or how you.
Yes.
So everything. So if you want abundance and all that, just take up on the energy, and then your energy will put that in place for you.
Right. So the thing that we have to understand is, how do we do that? One of the ways is through affirmations. Why? Because affirmations fall up under the repetition category, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of repetition? What are we trying to do here by repeating something over and over? What are we doing there?
Penetrating the subconscious mind.
That's right. Now you say it enough times, you put emotion behind it, you look for that reality, you keep telling yourself that this is reality. You begin to manifest that. And if you mess around with your subconscious mind enough, you begin to see how it works. Just like if you play basketball long enough, you start to learn the overall rules. If you play any game long enough, chess, spades, Super Mario, you begin to see how the overall system works.
Oh, okay. Like for example, you're playing like 2K. You know, sometimes when you're going down the court, the game always has that little glitch that makes you do this and that. Like you know it's coming because you've done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Precisely. Now the mind is just like that. But by playing this game over and over and over and over again, you start to see, wait a minute, I'm not the body. I'm not even the mind. I'm something deeper, right? Playing with all this magic, all the demons and all the affirmations and all the chakras and meditation, you start to learn something. You begin to look at life differently. You begin to see, wow, this is nothing like what I've been taught. Nothing like what I've been taught.
It gives life more control in your hands of some sort.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 100% sure you said this to me before, but you said it in a better way this time.
Awesome.
Word.
I'm extremely excited about this.
For real.
You know what? I said
Yeah.
to myself, you know what? On this call tonight, there's going to be a breakthrough. I don't hope so. I know so. Even if I have to force it myself.
That's crazy that you say that, because yesterday I was thinking about, I was replaying the video Panic that says Master Your Breakthrough. That's what we were watching that one. I kept thinking about that one, because that one he was speaking facts. He was like, yo, like, you're thinking too hard about it. Just like, do the actions. Every cause has an effect.
Yes.
You feel me? Yeah. Just, it doesn't say what type of cause. It just says do a cause and there will be an effect.
And those are the rules of the game.
Yeah.
You don't have to put any flavor, any seasoning on it. Cause and effect. Nothing about good or bad. No spirits. This is called law. This is how the mind works. This is how the all works. Every effect has a cause. Period.
Oh shit, we did talk about this. This is when I was saying, like, when I was a kid, like when I used to have the basketball, I used to be like, yo, if I make these shots, I'm gonna get this for Christmas.
Yeah.
The cause was the shots I make, and then the effect would be me actually getting the gift.
Well, that kind of touches on, again, something we were saying a little bit earlier. On one hand, the magic is you convincing yourself of this thing. But on the other hand, what you've convinced yourself of somehow manifests.
Now, convincing yourself is just like doing the repetition, trauma, or using symbols.
Right.
That's the 3 ways to convince yourself.
Any combination of those things, whatever is going to work for you.
Yeah. Trav, regarding those 3, can positive emotions be classed as trauma?
Absolutely.
I was just about to ask that.
Overly heightened positive.
Absolutely. It's a spike in emotions. That's the best way I like to think of it. An emotional spike.
Okay. Now, right there, I want to ask you this question. All right. So, we throw this word like a lot. Like, I pretend like I think I know what it is. Like, I try not to overthink it. But it's like, whenever you say energy, it's like, all right, is energy like how I'm feeling at the moment? Like, you know, I'm feeling tired. Is like, is that energy right there? Energy, when I'm like, you know, like when you're meditating and all of a sudden you just play around and like your body, like you just push, like, you know what I mean? Like you just push that feeling into your body. Is that like?
So you're absolutely right. Energy is like this big umbrella term and everyone assumes that we know it. But ultimately, when we speak of energy and this whole spiritual thing we got going on, it is usually in reference to a response that you have from something else. It's an effect from a cause. So if you come to me with these questions, the way that I perceive you, I have to call it an energy. So you coming at me, you're very inquisitive, you're trying to figure this out, right? It's an energy you're putting off, so to speak. But truly, I'm reacting to what you're doing. And everyone else can have somewhat of a similar reaction based off of your cause. Does that make some sense? If I walk up into a place, you know what I'm saying, with my chest puffed out, you know what I'm saying, I'm stomping around, trying to look hardcore and tough, people are going to say that I have a certain type of energy about me. But truly, they're responding to my cause.
Oh, so that's like, oh, shit. So that's like when like let's say somebody's walking into a spot and they moving like they have their back straight, they moving around different, and someone looks at them and says, "Oh, who you think you are?"
Mm-hmm. That's their reaction to that person's energy, we say. But let's just take all the fancy words out. It's a reaction. Cause and effect.
Yeah, and you see, like I'm thinking of like cartoons. You think of like the thing that came to my head was like in Avatar, General Lyro. He'll be in the corner, calm, like not having any reaction. Something bad's going on, but because he's calm, he seems to be the only one that gets left out of it. Because he doesn't take part in the cause and effect.
Yes, he doesn't take part in the cause and effect, the whirlwind, the push, the pull.
He moves to the beat of his own drum,
or he chooses not to move until he chooses to be his own cause.
Yeah.
I decide when I move. I decide when I react. Maintain your frame. Exert your influence. Always be leading. Of course, yeah.
All right.
Attention and intention. Good evening, Michael. Good evening, Raymond.
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Hey,
I'm so well.
I can tell, man. I'm enjoying the energy, so to say.
Yeah. The energy.
Oh, I got a question for you, Mike. Hold on. Let me get this verse real fast. It's for everyone. I was listening to y'all listen to Jadakiss, right?
Dang. Yeah. I was trying to think of a lyric, but yeah.
Shit. Well, he had recent album. He had recited a verse on the song for Ephesians. Let me get the verse. He was like Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10.
Okay.
The Apostle Paul says, "Be strong in the Lord and His mighty power. Put on all the
armor.
Yeah. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against all strategies of the devil."
Yes.
Put on the salvation, the sword, and the sword.